How is it going, everyone? Today it is Monday, February 26th, 2024, and this is a little quicker video for today, given that I didn't have a lot of time to look at the market. I was super dead yesterday from traveling. I needed to get some rest, didn't do much trading. I'm just taking a look at the market and taking a look at my positions. And I am going to give a quick pick from a Pete video. That's the one I'm going for here. If we do have some time, we can take a look at what are some great picks right now and how do we want to trade this. But let's first get into the market, and then we'll go over some of the changes in our positions because we're making a couple of changes here. So our longer term fundamentals are still solid. We have this breakout here, and so far it is holding. If we look at a shorter term time frame on the M15 with this breakout here, and we have this pretty long pullback so far after this gap up. We filled in the gap, and we have this choppy move going down and down and down. Volume is pretty low. Price action is pretty low. Not a lot of news this week. There's some minor economic news, but nothing major happening. If you look at the price action for today, weak bearish trend. Lots of mixed candles, lots of tails and wicks. There is a general direction down, but it's really hard to trust this trend. You can see how we had this break out of the low of the day, found support over here on a bearish hammer, and now we're starting to rally up. Sellers and profit takers are in control right now. You can see from the choppy action that buyers are engaged and they like this breakout level, right? Whatever is happening here, there is some support here. It looks like this move probably triggered some sell stops. Buyers liked it at this price at 506, and it's rallying up a little bit more. So until we see a break of this trend right here, we won't get long on a shorter term swing basis. There's probably some day trades in here. I haven't looked at any day trades, to be honest. On the bearish side, you would probably need a stock that has a lot of gravity, a lot of defiance on what the market's doing, and probably look to favor the bearish side given the weak bearish trend initially in the day. If there's some weakness over here, you could enter on an LRSI cross down or a 1OP cross down when it matches up. You can tell though from LRSI that this is a pretty wimpy move, right? It's not really glued to the top like we have it over here. This move is pretty wimpy. So let's go over some of the changes of our position. First is GE. So GE, we had a target of around 155, and we hit that target earlier today. GE has still excellent relative strength. You can still stay in the trade, but that was my thesis for the trade. One thing I may try out on some of these stocks that have gone parabolic is waiting for this bearish hammer or bearish engulf. So if you're really steady with the ship on GE, you can wait for that price action confirmation to exit the trade. But GE was a really nice win. We're going to take that off the plate. Let's go to Spotify over here. Spotify tested the breakout over here, and it has been rallying up the whole day. Our diagonal is doing quite well, and it's offsetting some of the losses here in Spotify from just the premium decay, which is what we wanted. So we knew that in a market pullback, this short call would help offset some of the losses and keep us in the position for longer, decaying some of that time premium decay. Ally over here, I mentioned in the previous videos that we want to take profits near this $37 level. So I have my order out, or you should have your order out, and what it be filled today. You can see there's a clear rejection at this level right here, and we're finally taking the loss on Ally, a 60 cents loss on this stock that hasn't done anything, getting out of the position, living to fight another day. So Ally is going to be an L for us over here. Let's look at Crowd. Crowd is continuing its recovery back in, an overreaction from Pan W, and now it is surging higher. Our patience was rewarded that we didn't panic out of the loss initially. We waited for the pullback to the EMA. I was watching here. This is a really nice sign from Crowd today. Market's going down. There's some nice buying in Crowd. It's holding all the gains in the market, and it's filling in some of this gap here at 323.71. You can see the high here pretty much at this gap fill on a day that's market's down. So if the market finds a little bit more support, we can try to take a much better loss on crowds. I'm still watching it. Earnings is coming up. Earnings is coming up next Tuesday. So we have some time, but yeah, we're not looking to add to this trade. We are looking to take a smaller loss. Hell, if we can even scratch it at this point, that is a pretty nice win on a losing trade. Now, CFLT, it's in a similar position that Ally was. You can see how it's finding some resistance at this high here at around $34. This changes my market bias. Now, it's holding up pretty well today. It's kind of compressing between these two levels, but if you look at what the market did on February 14th, you look at what CFLT did from February 14th, it has not moved up higher, right? Here's February 14th. The market has moved up higher. This stock has not. It looks like it still has to digest some of the gains here from earnings. Now, it's still technically valid, but my bias is not as strong as it was before. So I'm looking to get out of this trade for a scratch if I can. That's my goal. Versus a breakout here. Now, if it does break out, then we can get in on that stock. But as you can see, this stock moves up, compresses, moves up, compresses. So I'm not as bullish as I was before because I haven't really been seeing the price action that I wanted to see on the stock on the move up higher. All right, so those are our picks, and the one pick I was considering today was the MCD put credit spread. I liked MCD on Friday over here. You can see how it has been rallying up higher and has been pretty ignorant to this market move. And also got a green royal flush, and it should be over there. We could even check our PCS search, see if that comes up. May not be coming up here. So MCD is nice, and we won 2 levels of support. So you can see there's some horizontal resistance around this level here that it is around on. There's also some horizontal resistance at this level right here. So we have 50 SMA, AVWAP E over here. So we're bidding for the March 15th, 290 to 290, 287 put credit spread for 50 cents. Now, if you had the order out earlier in the morning, it could have gotten filled on this move lower to 296. So it probably needs some pullback on a move down and get the fill because we want 50 cents for that $250 difference in the strike price. So you can probably get it on a pullback here. The market continues to pull back and McDonald holds it and tests this breakout level again. Then we can probably get our fill in the position. You can see how there's some support coming off over here, and this move and bounce off support is what we need to get in the position. So that's what we're bidding for over here. We have a couple of minutes, so I'm going to take a look at Green Royal Flush, and we're going to see what is doing really, really well today. Here's CLSK. This is an excellent breakout. Looks like this is a crypto stock. I'm going to double check this. Crypto may be pretty strong. Yeah, Bitcoin mining stock. So looks like crypto is having a really nice day today. Mara has earnings coming out. I wonder if there's been some major earnings releases on the crypto side or if it's just gaining a nice move today. So coin, really, really nice move over here. Looks like this was probably the stock to trade for today. Extremely ignorant of the market move higher. Coin is very, very nice. Hood continues from our last video. This is a huge breakout on Hood. Excellent relative strength. We could have held it higher, but I didn't have the confidence to swing that over the weekend. VRT has a nice gain. It's breaking up outside over here, over that compression. So some really nice stocks on Green Royal Flush here. I'm not too inclined to take longs because we're still pulling back a little bit. So I'm more inclined to do PCSs, but we're going to keep taking a look at some stocks. MU's hitting some resistance. App has also some resistance over here. Do you want to set an alert there? Same thing with AMAT. Dell, I believe, has earnings this week, so we don't want to be in that too much. CRM, also earnings coming up. Let's look at Net. In the gap here, but not the strongest chart. Pretty negative post-earnings reaction. AEO, we saw that on the 23rd, has continued upward since that position. Taking off a little bit here, pretty choppy. It's not a bad D1 chart. MPC hitting some resistance. TAL hitting some resistance. QCOM. Crocs has to get through this line. Digesting some of those gains, but still holding it strong pretty well post earnings. That could be a nice weekly at the money. JWN, pretty steady climb higher. AXP, nice breakout again today. Wow, look at this compression. This is some nice tight price action. Some time before earnings. Pretty nice relative strength. I'm liking AXP. Cost breaking out here and holding on pretty well. Earnings on 3.7 won't have a ton of time, but there is, I think, a nice trade to be had here. You'll probably swing it into earnings. STX has to get through that trend line. Oxy we don't like as much. AAL, no. COTY, it's a decent breakout. It's holding over here. Choppy stock, but it can move up higher. Looks like it's beauty products. Okay price action today, holding up well. GE we traded. If you want to stay in, you can still stay in. We took some profits today. COP is compressing. We don't care about that. CVE has to get to its 200 SMA. ABBV, it's grinding up higher. It's grinding up higher here. Steady mover. This is a nice channel that we have right here. Helps us sort of gauge what we are a little bit. Not the best channel, but we know that there's an upward bias to it. Wells Fargo continuing up higher, but finance has been pretty strong. We made some nice money on finance last week. CLF has to get through those trend lines. SU. All right. Well, I'm really liking CLSK here. This is an absolute beauty of a breakout. Sometimes it has fall through, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just really liking this excellent breakout on the stock. Now, the one thing I'd be considerate of is Mara earnings. I don't know how much that will affect CLSK. So I'll look back at, I don't have the time today, but I'll look back to see if they've been affected in the past, how much crypto trends together over here. And that semis are up today, energy is strong. Let's look at our mega cap quickly. Yep, mega cap is pretty weak. Tech is a little bit stronger relative to the market. We see that crypto is up a lot. So check if there's any crypto news going on over here. Mara could be a nice breakout after earnings. We took this trade right here. That was a nice winner in this stock. Hood also taking off over here. I would have taken profits on this. But yeah, so I'm still going to go with that MCD PCS, but if you're really inclined to trade, I would also take the CLSK breakout over here. You could probably take it for an overnight win. It has some decent liquidity, so you could probably do a CDS on this trade. I'll probably do an overnight CDS. Let's go March 1st. Let's do 5 strikes. So we are at 20, so I'd probably... Yep, so I'd probably buy the 2050 strike and sell the $21 strike. So let's do that. I'll do that CDS if you're interested. And you can, there's a pretty wide bid-ask spread, so so you want to be getting into this trade for less than 25 cents. So I'll put an order in for 20 cents. And then it goes up a little bit higher, gets to 21, then you can get out for maybe I don't know, 20 cents. You could be out for 25 cents. You probably take 20% on an overnight move like that. So that would be my CLSK debit spread over here. If you want to be trading that. So we're going to add that to our YouTube picks. And that is what we have today. So that is a trade for the day. The CLSK CDS, the 2050 to 21 CDS overnight. Caps your loss from earnings. You can take advantage of some overnight move. You have some time to let this go, and you mitigate your downside risk while capturing some upside profits. That is it for today. I know we didn't go over a lot, but you know, here's a quick example of how I was able to find a really nice stock on a day like today and how I would trade that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope this was helpful, and we'll catch you all in the next video.